So this is the Orkney News coming to you from Stromness this morning, where a UK Government Islands Forum is to take place. The Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster, Nadhim Zahawi, Tory UK Government Minister will be attending, along with government ministers from across the whole of the UK and councillors from across the whole of the UK from island communities. The Islands Forum is a UK government set up, not to be confused with what we have in Scotland, which is the Islands Act. Now, the Islands Act came from an initiative actually from Orkney, from Councillor Heddle, Orkney Island Council, several years ago now. Our Islands Our Future, which were 3 islands authorities in Scotland to work together for the benefit of their communities. And out of all that came actually many months, perhaps even years if I remember rightly, of consultations within those communities and all over the place with Scottish Government ministers and various other stakeholders, as the phrases they like to call it. And from all that developed the Islands Bill and then the Islands Act. So that was very much an initiative born from the islands. So the Islands Forum is not that. It's a UK government get together with the island communities, and we'll see so it's a more top-down thing. So we'll see what develops from that today. They're meeting up at the Robert Rendell building, I would think. There's apparently going to be a polite protest by a few people there. What is interesting is that this same day I'm also attending an international virtual islands conference, which is on for several days, and that's where island communities link up throughout the world, and they do it virtually. You know, nobody's jetting about in this climate emergency. I mean, you think of all these people coming to Orkney today, you might think that's great, but we are in the middle of a climate emergency, and these people, we're also in the middle of an economic emergency with a plunging pound, and all these people are jetting here up to Orkney and back again and being wheeled around renewable sites or whatever. Whereas the virtual island conference, we just go online and we link up with people's island communities from all across the world. And interestingly, it also developed from someone who was based here in Orkney for his academic learning, James Elsmore, who attended UHI in Orkney. And it's all done through the power of Zoom. And what's great is because of the time difference, if you miss a meeting, you can catch up. You can go and look at it on YouTube or whatever. And all right, you miss the live chat, but you still get all the email addresses and connections if you want to learn about island issues internationally. And the other night I was at one, and it was 11 o'clock here, so goodness knows what time it was at the other side of the world. But it was being addressed by the head of the government of Niue. And the Pacific Islands, of course, are being extremely badly impacted by climate change, but also by plastic pollution. I mean, these are all issues we have in Orkney as well, our coast is eroding. Famous archaeological sites disappearing into the sea, and plastic pollution washing ashore, poisoning our marine life. So what we heard at that one being addressed by the head of the government of Niue was from a load of speakers from the Pacific Islands, and what they are doing to solve the plastic pollution problem there and to address climate change there. And Niue is actually a global leader in green technologies. It's been helped along the way by its New Zealand, because it's part of that setup there with New Zealand. But that's interesting. I mean, that's how to do it in the 21st century. Link up virtually. But anyway, we'll see what happens today, and if anything at all comes out of this UK Islands Forum meeting in Stromness today, with all these people coming into Orkney instead of just linking up via the power of Zoom like anybody with any common sense does today. So anyway, weather report, it's overcast but currently dry, the wind's quite light. So welcome to Stromness. We'll see what happens. If there's anything of any importance, we'll report it, and even if there's something of no importance at all, we'll report that too, because that might be of importance to somebody. So signing off for just now until actually something happens.